it's me, Rachel Lynn, and today is Financial Friday. Today I am going to be going over my February budget and let you know how I did, and I am really excited. I am going to start out with my variable allocations just because I don't really want you to see how much money I have put to debt yet. Now, if you watched my goal video from Tuesday, then you probably already know that I had a pretty good month. I did kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit early, but if you haven't seen that video, go check that out because I am doing really, really well on my goals, and I will be doing that once a month, catching up with my goals, seeing how I'm doing, seeing where I need to adjust. So go check that out. So let's go ahead and get into everything else. Here is my gas allocation. So I had to get gas 4 times this month. Typically I only need gas 3 times, but I had a girls' night that I went to that was about an hour and a half away. These are some friends of mine that I've actually had since just after college. One of the girls was a roommate of mine, and I got to know several of her friends, and so now I like to go to the girls' nights when we have them every few months. Most of them are married with kids, and so it's just fun to catch up. So I did have an extra tank of gas this month, but thanks to gas prices being so cheap, I only went over $1.18 in gas, even though I filled up 4 times. My grocery allocation, I bought snacks at Target, and I actually spent like $70 on snacks at Target, but because I had gift cards, I only spent $15.46 out of pocket, but I am reimbursed for the full $70, and so you will see that in my income actually. And then I also bought some groceries for myself for $22.45, and then I went to Kroger and bought some more groceries for myself for $18.26, and I had $43.83 left in my budget. That is because I shopped very, very smartly with buying snacks for my kindergartners, and I was able to keep that cost way, way down. For my teaching allocation, I actually spent $62.01, so I was $2.01 over for my budget for the month of February. I feel like that is not really that big of a deal, especially because the Dollar Tree purchase, that was kind of like a last minute purchase. Like, I didn't know that I was going to do that, but I did know that I was going to be spending $50 at Scholastic, so it just kind of worked out that way. I'm not going to be upset about it because when you see my spending allocation, you'll know why I'm not upset at all. Here is my spending allocation. I spent very, very little money this month. I went to Sephora. I spent $25.88, but I actually spent $50, but I had a $25 gift card that I had gotten from my bank for some very odd reason. And then I spent 99 cents at Apple to store all of my information on to the cloud so that I could get a new phone, because they replaced my phone because they messed up my phone when I changed the battery back in December, and they replaced the battery and must have messed it up because the GPS and the Wi-Fi went out. They replaced my phone, and I paid 99 cents to store everything in the cloud. I might just keep that just so that I have extra storage space for my pictures, because that's, I mean, it was like 5 gigs, I think, for 99 cents. So I feel like that is a lot of space for a very cheap price. So I might just keep that. I actually had $73 left in my budget for spending, but here's the thing. I am actually lowering that down. If you saw my March budget setup, which I posted last Friday, then you know that I have actually lowered this down. I don't feel like I should have $100 to spend each month. I feel like that is too much, and I really was just giving myself extra money because I didn't know where to spend it, because I was trying to keep my debt payment like as round of a number. I was trying to keep it at $1,000 when really I have way more than that to add to debt, but I just gave myself extra spending money, and I don't really feel like I need it. There might be some months where I raise that up just because of different things that are going on, but I didn't need it, so not at all. Here is my restaurant allocation. I am super proud of this one as well. So I went to Fiesta Time, spent $15.21. This was after a late night at work, so had I not worked late that night, I would not have spent this money. And then Papa John's, $28.34. I was actually paid that money to me in cash, and my dad paid for dinner, but I just put it on my card because he didn't have the cash like right at that moment, and so I was like, well, I'll just pay for it and you can pay me back. So really, it says that I have $1.37 left in my budget, but actually, I didn't spend that. So I actually had more like $30 left in my budget, which I think is awesome. Then I spent $8.79 at Salsa's. This was also another school event. So we had parent-teacher conferences, and it's an all-day event. So it's from 8 to 6. We do get 2 hours for lunch, so we like to go out, refresh our minds, get ready for the afternoon session of parent-teacher conferences, and so I spent $8.79, but had we not had conferences, I would not have spent that money. And then Fiesta Time was, again, another late night at work, and had we not had that, I would not have gone out. But it was time with some coworkers that I don't always get to spend time with them, and so that both Fiesta Time on the 6th and the 20th, they were really fun times and well worth the money that I spent, especially because even though I was reimbursed $28, I was still within budget for the month of February, so I'm super proud of myself for that. And then my weight loss allocation, I went over a little bit. This was really basically because my mom was in the hospital for like a week, and so I forgot about registering for the 5K before it went up from $40 to $45. Then when I was like placing my order for the ticket, or however it works for that, the cost just kept going up. So I needed a 2X shirt because it was a tech shirt, and tech shirts run really, really small. So I got a 2X on that. And then there was a $3 fee just for signing up. So even if nothing else was added, it would have been $48. Then there was tax on top of that. So it just felt like the cost was going up and up and up. But this was really like the only 5K in my area for the month of March, which I'm really surprised about. Plus it seemed so fun because it was a beer run. Now, I'm not a big fan of beer, but you know, to get to try it, I don't think there's anything wrong with like trying it and seeing if there's something out there that I like, especially if it's going to be included in the cost of something like a 5K. Then, you know, I feel like I'm kind of trying different kinds of beer for free. So that was $52.82, which put me $2.82 over in my weight loss allocation. So for my sinking funds for this month, I paid my car insurance. It was $405.47, and I accidentally paid 10 cents extra from my sinking funds account, but then I ended up using some medical sinking funds, and all of my sinking funds are in one account. I just kind of like transfer my money from that account. So I just kind of paid 10 cents less and paid $6.35, but it all evened out in the end. And so I had some prescription eye drops that I had to pay for that cost $6.45. Now for my favorite part, it's my income. I get paid $11.45.93 every single paycheck. I am on salary, so I know exactly how much it is going to be. So I had my first paycheck and then my second paycheck down here, and then I was paid $1.36 from my Capital One interest. That goes into my savings account that doesn't really have a name, it's just savings. I've just decided to use all of the interest that I earn from my Capital One 360 checking accounts, which if you would like interest-bearing savings and checking accounts, I suggest you check out Capital One 360. I have a link below, and if you use that link, then we will both get a little bit of money. I think it's like $20, somewhere around there. I highly recommend them. The website is very easy to use, and both checking and savings is interest bearing, and my savings accounts are actually 1% interest, which is really nice because most of the interest rates that I found on savings accounts were like 0.01. So this is I love it. I made $22.15 from Poshmark. That was actually in the month of January that I made that money, and then cashed it out, received a check in the mail. I made $8.23 from my diet bets. It should have been $15 more than that, but they actually overcharged me like in 3 different additional games on paying for like winning a prize for doing weekly weigh-ins. That makes me mad. I should have had $15 more. I received my federal tax refund of $669. I'm still waiting on my state tax refund. I've already talked about this one. I made a cash deposit of $1,000. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest where this money came from. I had money, my dad pays me about $75 a month to pay for my undergrad degree because I am paying for that currently. I pay $200 a month for my rent, and I just pay my undergrad degree. My parents are paying for that as they promised when I entered college. And so the minimum amount on that is $273, and my dad just gives me $75 a month to make up for that. So I had that $75 and then the $28 that I got from my dad from Papa John's, and I had about $100 in my pocket. My dad likes to have fun by gambling a little bit, and he will go to the casino and he likes to play craps, and I have gone with him before and I think it's fun, and since I had the $100 cash, I decided to just go with him one day, and just if I lost that money, then it didn't really come out of my budget because I kind of just count, like when my dad pays me that cash, I consider cash just like free to spend. And so I went with him, and I ended up winning $1,200. I kept a couple $100 back in my pocket just in case I wanted to go again, and then I actually put $1,000 in the bank to go towards debt. So I was really excited about that. That is something that I would not do very often. It's more about like spending time with my dad, and I would only lose cash that I have on hand, but I was pretty excited about that win for that day. And then I also received my snack reimbursement from school, and I was paid $70.46. This made a total income for the month of $4,063.06. Yeah, you heard that right. I am ecstatic about this amount. So now here are my other known allocations. I gave $100 to the church. I put $1.36, that's from my interest that I earned, into my savings account. I paid my undergrad degree, which is basically my rent, for $273.66. My graduate regular loan payment is $125.23, and then I made an additional payment of $2,933.14. Oh my gosh! Like, if you put that together with my regular payment, I paid over $3,000 to debt this month. Ah! Of course, I didn't put anything in my extra checking account. That is just my other half of my emergency fund. I keep one half in that account so that I can access my Capital One 360 savings accounts easily. It's also used as where I dump all of my payments for my credit cards, because I use my credit cards for cashback bonuses, and I get cashback rewards without paying interest. Then I put $232.83 to my sinking funds. I did not have a payment for HP Instant Ink. I got 2 months free when they overcharged me in January. I made my Verizon payment of $53.17, and then Netflix of $10.99. So here is how the month looks. I have $14.50 in my savings account. Not going to get me very far, but that's what my emergency fund and my sinking funds are for. My rent, I keep a buffer in there of $300, and I also keep a buffer in my graduate loan payment. Those are separate accounts that I actually transfer my money to those accounts, and then my student loans take out the money from those separate accounts so that things don't touch my main bank account. But I do like having a buffer in there of like about one payment just in case. I actually paid $1,882.15 extra than what I planned to pay towards my student loans, and I am so excited about that. And then my extra checking account, my sinking funds are now at $1564.59. HP Instant Ink was good. Verizon was over by 1 penny. Gas was over by $1. Groceries was way under. Teaching was just over by $2. Spending was way under. Restaurants was just barely under, but honestly it was actually way under because I got paid cash. And then my weight loss allocation was $2.82 over, so I'm not upset about being over in the categories I was over, because it more than made up for it by not spending the money that I didn't spend, like in groceries and spending. So my extra income this month was $1,771.20, so this was a great month. I would love to know how your month went. Were you able to pay off some debt? If you are debt free, were you able to add some more to savings or even invest a little bit? So let me know how your February went. Leave me a comment down below and I will definitely get back to you and cheer you on or root you on, whatever it is. And then of course I could use some cheering and rooting because this was an awesome month. Don't forget to like this video, especially for all of the money that I put to debt this month. And also subscribe if you are not already. I make videos about getting out of my student loan debt and losing some weight along the way. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.